Hey everyone, Zuri here, and I wanted to take some time to talk to you about what has become a game changer for me in my life and something I've known for a while, the power of habit and routine. Now, all of us have habits that we live in our daily lives. Sometimes we're not even aware of. We have habits that, and how we brush our teeth and getting ready for the morning and so forth. And I want to talk to you about one, why habits are so powerful, two, what type of exploring the types of habits we have, and then three, morning and evening routines, which that's where it really gets deep and where I truly believe is a game changer. So, as I said, we all have habits, and habits are so powerful because they're the things we don't have to think about. They happen automatically. We have these routines that we do so often every single day. It literally, neurologically, our brains don't need any power to do it. Our brains are synced with our bodies and it just goes. And think about that. When do you oh, how do I brush my teeth? I've got to put the toothpaste on. No, you just do it, and you actually have your brain free to think about other stuff or worry or stress or do whatever you do when you're doing it, because you don't need to think about it. And that's why they're so powerful, because when we create habits and routines that set us up for success, whoosh, life takes off. And so think about that for yourself. The second part I want to talk about, what are the habits that you have? Are your habits things that set you up for success, or are they just the things that help you exist and get by from day to day? And existing things are bodily care and so forth, taking care of your food, taking care of your kids, going to work, getting kids to school. Those are things that are necessary and need to get done. But then think about, what else are some of the habits that you have in life? Now, you could be like me, where my natural rhythms, I like to take things as it flows and I like to discover each day. And for me, habits are something I have to be conscious of because I almost have a resistance against them. My natural rhythms are to just be in flow. And then there's other types where your natural rhythms are to create habits. My partner is like this and she's phenomenal. Her morning routine is on point. Getting the workout, getting meditation, all of that is done and is on automatic, like clockwork every single day. But regardless of where you fall in which camp, you still have habits. And then so think about that. And sometimes we don't even realize the habits that we have. So for example, when you wake up, are you waking up and you're thinking stressful thoughts? Are you waking up and, heaven forbid, you are opening that phone and checking your email, or you're checking social media? That's a habit. And what are the results of that habit? Think about that for yourself. Is by doing this thing, am I setting myself up for success? Am I actually limiting myself? Am I doing these things, for those of you who are very habituated, are these things basically to expand and propel me forward, or are they things to keep me safe? Things so that I can feel control of myself and my circumstances and so forth, which is fine, but we want to start talking about what can we do to set ourselves free? What can we do to take our lives to the next level? Now imagine if those were the types of habits that you were doing automatically, where you were programming yourself for the better. Because all too often, so many of us were programming ourselves and setting ourselves up for survival, not for thriving. And that's where I want us to be. And so think about that. Am I doing things that get me started with my day and I feel contraction, I feel stressed? How am I winding down the day? Am I thinking about that? Am I kicking myself for the things that I didn't get done? Or am I celebrating myself? Am I honoring myself, or at least acknowledging what I did do, soothing, sending myself some love? Because I don't know about you, but I was much more habituated and conditioned to be my own critic. And there's so much around society, and especially as Black women, where we're held We're holding ourselves to a certain standard. We're calling ourselves to be better, stronger. And the way we do that so often is to give ourselves a hard time. You know you could have done better at that. Why didn't you do this? Well, you need to do this differently. You got to do this. Make sure you do that. Those are habits that we've formed and others have put on us in how we're conditioned. And what I want for you is to create habits of success, habits where we just love and adore ourselves, where we give ourselves grace, where we remind ourselves and set ourselves up for success, tell ourselves who we really are, not because of what we do, not because of what we're achieving, but who we really are. Give ourselves time to actually create habits to take care of ourselves, of our minds, bodies, and souls. And so this is so important. And when you create these types of habits that you do as regularly and as routinely as brushing your teeth, let me tell you, life shifts. So for example, I have all sorts of habits and routines that I've been working to start for the morning and evening. And morning and evening routines and rituals are so critical because it's how we start our day, which sets the vibe for what our day looks like, no matter what comes. And it's how we end our day. And I realize if we're not ending our day well, you are setting yourself up for failure for the next day. Did we stay up too late? Did we close out and feel complete? Can we have a good night's sleep, or are we feeling so anxious that we can't even give ourselves and our bodies and our subconscious permission to rest and rejuvenate and heal and do all the things the body needs to do when we go to sleep, because the body goes to work when you go to sleep, and then feel rested and complete so you can start the day again. So I actually go through all of this in my program that I coach with my clients, because it's such an important piece, and got a new program coming up. So let's keep on the watch for that. But I will say this, just to start, think about what is one thing you can do for yourself in the morning that would really set you up in a better way to start your day. Now, that could be one thing to start doing. And I will share one of mine that I started doing that's been so phenomenal. And how did I not think about this before? Is not even just in saying affirmations before I even get out of bed. I just lay hands on myself, on my chest, over my heart. And I just love myself. I just tell myself how much I love myself and whatever I want to acknowledge about me right then and there, because so often we're looking to be loved and seen and accepted on the outside, but we are not doing it for ourselves on the inside. And so now I've started a new habit of just loving myself. And here's a hint, little sneaky tip there. When you actually add a physical component to something energetic, emotionally you're doing, you're going to ground it into your body even deeper. So now, like even right now, when I place my hands on my chest, because I've started a neurological circuit that's connected to this physiology, I automatically just start feeling better. Like I feel a little warmth. I feel a tingling and expansion in my heart because my body is now learned, and I do this work in so many different ways. My body knows when we're putting hand to heart, we're loving myself. And it's like, oh, time for Zuri to get some love. Give it to it, give it some love. So do something when you add that physicality to it, it just roots it in to become even more automated for yourself. So what's one thing you can start, whether doing something like that? One thing you can stop, such as picking up your phone and checking email or social media, because that just pulls you in so many ways. So to stop doing something like that so you can stay present with yourself, even for just 5 minutes, it will have such a powerful impact for yourself. And then think about that for your evening routines as well. And like I said, in my programs, I teach you, we can go into the whole components, and there's components that those who are high success achievers have for morning and evening routines. But one thing I can say, again, what's one thing I can stop and one thing I can start? And I will say, for those of you who are media folks and like to whether watch TV or what have you before you go to sleep, that's fine. But you've got to give yourself a gap between when you've engaging your brain, watching TV, in your phone, checking social media, responding to emails, or even just communicating with people, to give yourself that buffer of when you just shut down and are with you. And even, not even with a partner or what have you, but just with yourself, and allow yourself to calm down and to slow down and to close out the day. And what's something you can do for yourself, whether journaling, whether just thinking thoughts and saying something positive about yourself, being in gratitude for something. And my recommendation is, if you do, is to stop giving yourself that access to the electronics and give a buffer for that. And it will have radical results in how you start and in your day. And from there, you can start adding in even more of the powerful routines. So drop a line, like and share. Let me know what you think. What are some of the habits that you have that aren't setting you up for success? And tell me what some of the habits are that you are, and then what you're going to try to add into it. Because I think these are powerful areas where we can continue growing. Sending you big love.